have declared an independency.
Abigail did not understand how difficult it was to get 13 clocks to strike at exactly the same setting. And the slavery issue was one of the problems. But we were getting close. A committee of 5 was chosen to draft such a declaration. Thomas and myself were chosen to actually write the draft. However, since I had been such an early and vocal proponent for independence, I felt anything I wrote would be overly criticized, so Jefferson did it alone. Now, once that declaration reached the floor, John Dickinson of Pennsylvania, who was opposed, rose, and he gave an eloquent speech against it. Well, I waited to see who would reply, hoping someone less obnoxious than myself would do so. No one did. I had led this fight for independence too long to have an end now. I rose and I started speaking, and I did give the speech of my life. Thomas Jefferson said I was the pillar of its defense on the floor of Congress. I said, gentlemen, sink or swim, live or die, survive or perish, I give my hand and my heart to this vote. Oh, it is true indeed. When we first began this, we did not aim at independence. But there's a divinity which shapes our ends. The injustice of England has driven us to arms until independence is now within our grasp. Oh, sir, I do know the uncertainty of human affairs. We may not live to a time to see that this declaration has been made good. In fact, we all may die, and it could very well be on the scaffold. But if it be so, if it be the pleasure of heaven that my country shall require the poor offering of my life, this victim is ready. But while I do live, let me have a country, or at least let me have the hope of a free country. But whatever may be our fate, be assured, this declaration will stand. All that I have, all that I am, all that I hope for in this life, I am now ready here to stake upon it. And so I leave off as I began. Live or die, sink or swim, survive or perish, I am for this declaration. It is my living sentiment, and by the blessing of God, it will be my dying sentiment. Independence now. Independence, sir, forever. On July the 2nd, 1776, the resolution calling for our independence from Great Britain passed 12-0, with New York State abstaining.
And on July 4th, the Declaration of Independence was approved. And the final document, though, was signed by most of the delegates on August the 2nd. I was proud to have my husband as a principal actor in laying the foundation of our country's future. He also had, in his writings, been the main proponent of a 3-tiered government, with equal roles being given to the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branches. Well, independence had been declared, but my husband could not come home at once. Articles on Confederation